am not really involved with the visual arts, so I can't really give an answer for that.
Well, by art, I mean like you've been to church, like you've seen like paintings and music. You haven't been to church?
No,
Okay.
I have, but my church doesn't have anything like that.
They don't. Okay.
No.
So do you think that's like harmful to your experience when you go to church?
I don't think it's harmful. I think it could be really beneficial to have more stuff like that, though.
Why?
Like, I can see how that would be beneficial. I don't really know why. I don't.
God is so good. And he uses the visual arts to reveal more of himself to us. I believe that everything on the earth that God has given us is a sacred thing, and it can all be used for God's glory. And so visual arts help us see into the spiritual realm versus just hearing things and saying things with our mouths. Visual arts give us an opportunity to see the things that God created, you know? And like when you go outside and look at the nature, we call that natural revelation in theology, you know what I'm saying? But that stuff, like the trees in the sky when you look at it at night when the sun set and all the girls take the picture of the sunset, that's visual art. And that came from God. I believe visual art came from God. And that's how it's helped me get closer to God. I realized that he created it, and it's helped me to see and not just hear.
Yeah. So in what ways can the visual arts cause harm instead of help?
I think a lot of times that the church undervalues visual arts and undervalues how it can be used as a worshipful practice. And then that's detrimental to the way we view our God and view art in general.
Okay,
Music.
people need to understand. Athletes talk about how the fact that they're like, do I talk to the camera?
Yes.
Athletes want to talk about the fact that they, have been gifted, they've been given these gifts. Singers, dancers, painters, performer, any type of performer or artist, that is a gift. And the Christian faith is all about outreach. And I think one time I saw this list and it was called How Holy Is Your Major? I can't make this up. It was some guy that made a list of every major and what was the holiest and what was not. Theater was the very last major because theater is not holy. It takes a true person, it takes a true Christ follower to be a performer, to stand up in front of thousands of people and to say, I'm not here because I'm conceited, I'm here because I've been given this gift and I want to bring you all joy. I want to show you that you're loved, that you're heard, that you're seen. That takes effort, and you can be a performer, you can be a painter, and there doesn't have to be anything narcissistic about it. That's a form of worship. For heaven's sake, we did a visual arts chapel last semester, and Lexi danced. Half of her dance was improv. It was spirit-led. That's not weird, that's not strange, it wasn't narcissistic. It was Lexi feeling the moment, listening to the music that was being played, listening to the offering that the people behind her playing music were raising up, and her doing the exact same thing. And that is why I think that we really need to start crossing paths between what we call just straight up ministry or face-to-face ministry, as well as performing or the visual arts or painting, like we mentioned earlier. So that's the T.
For the church to have a healthy engagement with the arts, it needs to be Holy Spirit led, and the church needs to first make sure that they are staying in the Bible and being led by the Holy Spirit when it comes to art and when they're developing art, and that the art that they are producing or encountering is glorifying to God.
I think it's important for the church to take in all aspects of the arts, because the arts have a big influence on culture today, especially in our generation, where we focus more on arts than we have in the past. So if the church takes that into effect, then hopefully it allows us to reach more people as a church.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, what up? Visual art should be used in the church, and they should be funded because if you look at Scripture, we see Christ breaking the bread, which is an action. But through that, we can do paintings which remind us of His body being broken, along with the cross. It's a symbol of salvation, of renewal and freedom. So without that, I think it's significant that he did die on a cross, and not having that in the church, then what did he die on? What's the purpose? Along with that, it's very clear in Scripture that purple colors are a sign of royalty. So having colors in the church show his righteousness and his glory. So I think that's why visual arts should be used in the church.
I think visual arts are a super important part of church. It just helps us get a better grasp of the creation that God has given us and the gifts and talents that He gives us to use. One of my bigger experiences with visual arts in the church is that one painting of Jesus, that one little girl on the other side of the world just like had this vision of Jesus and saw her, and looking at that just makes my heart swell. So it's this moment of we get to experience things like that through visual arts in the church.